I'm meteorologist, Hamburg City. It is, what is today? Today's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. It's no good. Hey, it's raining outside. What is going on? My goodness gracious. It's every day. It just rains and rains and rains. It's rained 8 days straight here in State College. And out of the month, 20 days out of the month, 21 days out of the month, I think it's rained, I think I counted 16 days, 18 days, something like that. Oh, my goodness gracious. I didn't even try to cut the grass last night. It was useless. All right. Anyway, I want to start off with my disaster scenario, which I've been kind of preaching for a while now. And the CFS models kind of start to show that. But, you know, like again, I don't know if it's going to happen or not. Okay. I'm just worried that it could happen. All right. Because you have to consider the facts that we have been in a very rainy summer for parts of the Appalachians and Mid Atlantic states, even down in the South and Ohio Valley, and parts of the Midwest, have been really in this kind of rainy weather pattern, and we've been getting a lot of flooding going on, especially across Pennsylvania, Maryland, uh, Virginia, up into parts of New York. I know folks further north up in New England have had relatively a dry summer, from what I understand, but people further south have just been crushed with heavy rain, and the streams are still running high and the rivers are running high and everything else, which they shouldn't be this time of year. So my whole concern has been if a hurricane gets involved in this and dumps a lot more rain, then we're having a massive flood problem, and places like the Susquehanna River are going to go out of their banks. Okay, and sometimes these rainy summers, you get a hurricane come up, stalls out, and the worst case scenario. So that's just what my concern is. I'm not, again, I'm not saying it's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen or not. Okay, we won't know until a few days before the event. I'm just saying that given all the rain we've had and everything else, you have to be concerned that something comes up and causes even more problems before we finally get out of this pattern. I know if we're if it's wintertime, people will be yelling about snow. They'll be like tired of the snow. So anyway, this was the CFS model. I kind of watch it for giggles. In other words, you know, and I like why because it kind of shows you trends, and it's always been showing that late August, September, first week of September, so as the tropics start to heat back up again, and we start having tropical troubles. So this was a 12Z run yesterday, and you notice, we're still getting the same kind of flow, but watch down the tropics. You got one little thing there, then there comes our tropical feature coming up. All right, and then it kind of comes up to the southeast coast and rides right up. And this one rides right up into Pennsylvania, right over the flood areas. Okay, so there's one example. This was a 12Z run yesterday. Okay, and then it kind of kicks out with the trough. Thank goodness it moves along, gets out of here, and then the ridge builds back in, and we have more tropical problems to deal with after that. Okay, then the 0Z run looked even worse. that it comes along, okay, and then here comes our tropical system again, weaker. Okay, again, this is a model. Don't go by every little nuance of it. Just look at the trends. Okay, and then you see it comes up, kind of comes up southeast coast. Trough kind of picks it up, but it kind of sits there. All right, and then watch what happens. You get a closed low starts to develop, and then you get this big monster closed low developing. Okay, and that would bring heavy rain again back into the flood areas. Okay, if this were over top of central PA, it would be a disaster. Okay, it would pour rain like Agnes. Okay, but anyway, you can see it kind of materializing on the model that there's those disaster scenarios there. Now, again, I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just telling you that this is my concern, that we end this pattern with something like this, with all this wet weather in these places that have had a lot of rain, that we still have to get through some tropical feature that comes up and causes problems. All right, enough said. Let me move on to the other stuff real quickly. Storm system right now is tracking up the Great Lakes. It's going to move right up into Ontario today. Severe weather is going to be the big story across this area here. Lovely weather is coming in behind the storm system. Thank goodness it's going to dry out, be nice for a while. And the severe weather thread is what I posted today on the blog. Um, from Ontario all the way down to West Virginia. Looks like there's a concentrated area of severe weather someplace in here. Okay, it's State College, Williamsport, Harrisburg are kind of tough because the Allegheny front's going to kind of limit the thunderstorms unless the wind comes around more to the south instead of the southeast. Southeast winds here. Like I look at the window here and I got a roaring southeast wind coming off the mountain there. That usually does not allow thunderstorms to come off the Allegheny front in any kind of severe fashion. But certainly if the wind goes south, then it's a whole new ball game. But also some severe weather down here across Baltimore, Washington with the warm front. This is the cold front stuff coming in. And there could be some tornado activity as well, and there is hail and damaging winds. And some of the models, especially this one, kind of showing you these streaks of rotation and a little bit of concentrated area down through south central PA near the warm front. So those kind of areas we got to watch for any kind of severe weather today. Okay. Otherwise, this was the SPC guys, kind of the same thing. Then tomorrow, then the next day, we're back out in the plain states here. And real quickly on the models, you can see by tomorrow the front is off the coast. Beautiful weather's coming in. Not going to be too beautiful across the Great Lakes. A little bit unstable weather, the typical low clouds and showers that happen after a cold front goes through. But otherwise, beautiful weather out through this whole area. And we get into Thursday, beautiful across the Northeast. Some thunderstorms break out across there. Pretty much a quiet day overall across the country. And then Friday, again, nice weather here. Some showers, thunderstorms breaking out. The heat and humidity are coming back around the big high. And they'll continue to propagate eastward. And some more rain will be coming back into the picture in the eastern part of the country where the heat and humidity comes back here. Stays hot out west. I don't know what to tell you, folks. Just bear with it. Can't help you on this one. All right, that's it for today. I'm meteorologist Henry Market City.